Well, guys, I just had a bit of a bittersweet victory. Seems my favorite part of The Witcher 3 has come to a close. I just got the Geralt the Professional trophy for completing all the contracts at a meager level 23. I'm not sure if that's something to be proud of, but you know, I'm fairly pleased with this accomplishment. There were some tricky fights there, and yeah, I'm still pretty early. As you can see, if I go over to the quests, there's no longer a contracts tab because I've finished them all. So yeah, and I'll just show you guys the build, the character build that allowed me to do it so effectively. I don't know why that comes up every fucking time now. Where the hell is my character tab? Here we go. So, as you can see, super heavy into the combat abilities. So, muscle memory and strength training, those are the first two I did early on in the game, along with doing my first Igni ability up 3 times, Melt Armor. That was just in the very beginning of the game. I don't use it very much at all anymore now. It was just to handle... you know, there's quite a heavy number of bandits in the beginning of the game, so I use that to help me with that. Then precise blows. Crushing blows. Fleet-footed really helps. Whirl. Got that 5 out of 5. Next I plan on getting Rend. Not that I'm going to need it. Maybe in the story mode. So after I figured out I wanted to specialize in that, the next step for being able to handle the tough enemies is the Quen sign. Exploding shield and active shield. Both need to be leveled up all the way. Now the next couple Quen abilities, I'm not even able to get them yet because I don't have enough points in that tree, in that branch. But to tell you the truth, they look completely unnecessary. So after figuring out all these abilities I wanted to do and I had my plan, the next thing was to collect red mutagens and lesser red mutagens out the ass so I could create 2 greater red mutagens to link to my battle skills, which, as you can see, both give me plus 40% attack power. So that's 80% additional attack power. Now, along with that, you may have noticed if you watched any of my other videos, this is not the armor that I would usually wear when I'm fighting a really tough enemy. It's great armor. It gives me a higher armor rating than anything else I have right now. But I usually switch out my breastplate for another one that has an additional 20%, 22% actually to my Quen sign. So that allows me to absorb more damage with my secondary Quen use. I can't remember what it's called right now. The orb that goes around me. And it allows me to take more hits with my primary Quen ability. And usually when you're fighting a massive enemy, that only ever amounts to 1 hit anyway. So that's not a big deal. But without that additional 20% push, even if I have my shield up, I can be killed. So pumping that up a bit is very useful. You could just use your primary Quen sign with this build and just have to do more dodging and no health regen, so you might want to have some potions or some food available. But that's not ideal. Definitely not. If you're fighting a level 35 Griffin, for example, that would not be ideal. But yeah, that's my build. That's what I've accomplished. Show you a few other skills here. Cat school techniques. So when I have my feline armor on, like I have right now, each piece of light armor increases critical hit damage by 25%, fast attack damage by 5%. So that's 100% extra damage for your critical hits, and then 20% extra for your fast attacks. So combine that with these two guys, precise blows and crushing blows, which both raise your critical hit damage by 75% and give you a critical hit chance of 10%. And then combine that with something like this sword I'm using right now, which is just a plain Jane-ass sword, silver sword that is. But as you can see, it gives me another plus 10% critical hit chance. So that's a total of 20% critical hit chance for both my fast and strong attacks. Now you factor that in with everything else, with the additional 100% to critical hit damage that those two abilities give me, and you know, pretty soon you're looking at some pretty massive damage. Now I'm not sure if I have my most powerful sword in my inventory right now. Yes, I do. It's the Feline Silver Sword Enhanced. That's as far as I've gotten, but when I put that on, you can see it takes my Silver Sword max damage output up to 1700. Now my Steel Sword is looking pretty large at 1006, but I prefer to use this sword. It's 72 less points of damage for your regular damage, but with that plus 10% critical hit chance, I think it's the better option, really, because it just plays into everything else that I've done with my character, which I just ran through. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just looking to finish up the story, you know, explore all the question marks I got left to find better gear, that kind of thing. Wait for some DLC to drop and get into this even deeper. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this might help some people out who weren't sure how they wanted to go in terms of building their character. But yeah, this is what I've done, and it's worked out great for me. So take care, guys. Thanks again.